Mommy? What are you doing on Mommy's bed? Huh? Crazy little guy. Where's your pants? Where's your pants? You don't have any on? They're off? Yeah. Can you tell Jordan good morning? Good morning. So today I skipped boot camp again, but in my defense, I did a lot of work yesterday. Cleaned the house, made that cake. By the way, the cake came out so good. And I forgot to say the name of the cake. It's called Crazy Cake. But the cake turned out good. Food turned out good. Overall, I think Eric had a good birthday. So, like I said, I skipped boot camp. So this morning I'm editing because I didn't do any editing yesterday. Yesterday was all getting ready for the birthday party. So, and then I'm having problems importing the movies from my camera into iMovie, and it's because I have way too much stuff on my computer, probably way too many movies. So I'm trying to delete them, going through iMovie, going through the project library to try and delete things. I was afraid to delete them because I thought, uh-oh, what if it somehow affects the videos that I have uploaded to YouTube already? What if those get deleted or lost or something? But I went ahead and deleted them anyway because there was no way I could finish yesterday's video if I didn't. So right now I'm exporting. Oh, you can't even see. There we go. So I'm exporting. I'll have this one uploaded at noon. Of course, I have my coffee while this little guy runs around. Huh, baby? Is that old?
Oh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
So we had a lot of food left over from yesterday. So for lunch, I'm going to grill myself a hamburger and a couple of hot dogs for Mason. Yeah. There you go. Should be good. Hey, you. Sit down. Good job. Thank you. So today is the worst day of my life. So as you saw, I was outside grilling lunch for me and Mason. I had just turned off the grill, got all the food on a plate, brought it inside, and it took me 2 seconds to get from the grill to the counter where I set our food. And I heard Mason kind of whining, and I looked over at him and he was sitting on one of the patio chairs, and he was on his belly, like he was trying to slide off like he normally does. And every once in a while, he's afraid to get down from, a chair or a couch. So I thought, oh, he's just, normal. He's just scared to get down. So I went over to him, tried to pick him up and help him, but I couldn't get him. He was stuck, and I was like, what's going on? And I looked down at his leg, and his leg got wedged in between the two metal pieces on the chair, the leg, and I was trying to lift his leg up out of between those, and it was stuck. I couldn't get it. And by this time he had already started crying because I was trying to get him loose, and I was looking at his foot, and his foot started turning blue, and then I started to panic because I couldn't get his leg free, and his leg started turning blue, and I was just, all these things were racing through my mind. What do I do? I need to get help. Where's my phone? My phone is in the house. So all I could think of was to scream. I need to scream and get the attention of my neighbors. All the neighbors around me are older people. There's, you know, they are retired, so they're home. So I just started screaming for help, and as loud as I could, just screaming, and nobody would come. Nobody heard me, and I just started freaking out. I didn't know what to do. Then I started crying, and Mason was crying, and my dogs were barking because I'm crying and I'm screaming for help. So I was afraid to leave Mason because he's, you know, he's hanging from the chair, and I didn't want him to get any more wedged into that chair. But if none of, you know, since none of my neighbors could hear me, I had to call for help. So I scooted the chair close as I could to the back door, to the steps, so that way he can try and kind of support himself while I ran and got my phone. So I did. I ran inside, grabbed my phone. It was on the counter. Called 911, talked to the lady on dispatch, and I was trying my hardest to talk without crying because all I was doing was crying. And while I was on the phone with dispatch, I could see the neighbor directly behind me trying to jump the fence. He, you know, he heard me screaming, so he finally made it through the fence, and he brought like pliers and a screwdriver, a couple of tools with him, and he tried to, you know, pull the bars apart to try and get his leg free, but the metal, that chair is just so, the metal bars are just so thick. And then he tried to slide his leg up to get it out, but it wouldn't come through, so he said he was going to run home and go get a saw while the paramedics came. So I was just, you know, in tears, freaked out, but I hung up with the 911 dispatcher and called Eric, and, you know, I was hysterically crying, and Eric was too far to get home, so he said he was going to call his dad to come over. And by this time, the neighbor came back through the fence, and he had this, you know, a handsaw, and was sawing through the metal part on the chair. And then the paramedics showed up, and I let them in, and they all three of them worked together, and the neighbor, he sawed through that metal, you know, the metal part of the chair, and got his leg free. So they got him free, and paramedics checked Mason's leg over, and he's fine. Everything's fine. His foot got circulation, you know, got the blood flow back through. Got a couple of bruises on his leg. But, you know, they checked his vitals. He got a couple of bruises on his arm from, I guess, trying to pull himself up on the chair. But we set him on the ground, and he's able to walk on it. They told me everything looks fine, but if I wanted to, I could take him to the hospital and, you know, get him looked over by the hospital. But they said basically he looks fine. Just keep an eye on him. They said if I had noticed if he had bumped his head on the arm of the chair, because the way he was angled in there, he was through the arm of the chair. But I don't think he did. I think it was like a slow process of him falling down. I think that's why his arm was scraped up and bruised, because he was holding on, you know, holding on for dear life. But Eric's on his way home. Poor Mason's so tired. He's down for a nap right now, and I'm just sitting here going, you know, through it all through my head, and it's just so scary. I was so scared. I didn't know what to do. Seriously, the worst day of my life. Are you awake? How do you feel? Did you have a good sleep? Hey. Are you okay? Do you have a cut? Squitter.
Hey, boo boo. Oh, how are you? Okay?
Can you show Daddy your cuts?
You have a traumatic experience today? Huh?
Mason, did one of those come to the house today?
What?
Fire truck?
Was it a fire truck?
No, it was an ambulance. But it made that noise.
Did you see one of these today?
I kept thinking to myself when they asked if I wanted them to do to examine him, I kept thinking, I hope they take him out to the ambulance and do it in there because he would love that.
Come here. Let's get in. Let's get in there. Oh, it's gonna get you. Adjust your mirrors. Adjust your mirrors. You gotta adjust your mirrors before you drive. Adjust your mirrors. Is he too young for this?
No, he's not.
$400? Oh, wait.
No, that's for a Jeep. $200 for the Audi Spider.
Why is it cheap? $200. $400.
I don't know, I like that Audi. I like the Corvette better.
I like the Audi. That Audi's sweet. The BMW is pretty sweet.
The BMW Spider? No, I like this better. Do you want a car? Can you even reach the pedal? Huh? Well, look, it's like all realistic in there. Alright guys, gonna call it a night. But to update on Mason, he woke up from his nap and everything is fine. His leg looks fine. I don't know if I mentioned he had some scrapes on his arm, but his arm is fine. He's walking around like normal, acting normal, so Mason's good. I'm still a little, I don't know. Every time I think about it, I get choked up and I just think of like all the worst possibilities that, you know, what could have happened, or I don't know. I'm just so thankful my neighbor heard me and came over. So when Mason woke up, we went over to Walgreens, got a card, got him some gift cards to go out to eat, you know, just to show our gratitude. I mean, that's such a small, you know, I feel like it's still not enough because I swear, it's like a hero. I just want to go and, you know, thank him. But I'm so tired. I need to go to sleep. Yeah. So I'll see you guys tomorrow.